I want to address your comment about the stage.
You want to come up here, or you want to address
I'm back here.
Okay. This is Judith Parker Proctor.
Margaret J. and I had a meeting with Brownie Flasher and David Deere. I think it was about October, and we spent about 2 hours in David Deere's office asking questions about the courthouse, and we specifically asked about the courtroom. We were told, Margaret was under the impression it was going to be turned into a dance hall. I hadn't heard that one, and I thought that was kind of funny. But Brownie Plaster told us that it was going to be used for performances. It's going to be used stay basically the same as it is. They're going to take out the false ceiling and so that nice tin tiles that are still up there will be opened up. But that it is going to be used for performances. This thing about the community room has only come up since they've been making a big deal now about the artifacts and how they're going to, and that's been coming out in the paper recently. I think they're trying to clean up their act, and they're putting more and more in the paper about the artifacts. So the community room has been more of a point recently. But Brownie told Margaret and me that it was going to be used for performances. Those performances are going to have to meet the standards of the Earl Scruggs family. This is what's told to us by Brownie and David Deere.
Okay. Let me think about it. Do we have any more official? Okay, Mr.
Let me respond to that. Some time ago, I made a recommendation to the county manager and to the commissioners, which Commissioner Hutchins also approved and voiced his support. And this is back in the February, it's back in the fall, and I don't have the exact date, but I made a recommendation that the courtroom be restored back to its original, as much as financially possible, and that it be used for community meetings, community gatherings, for City of Shelby Council meetings if they so desire to use it for that, and that consideration be given for it to be named after a couple of former political giants from Cleveland County. That has been discussed pretty thoroughly among the commissioners, and
Ask him to come up. Look, we can't hear. We got a hard of hearing man up here. Could you come up?
I will try to answer your questions as much as I can. I'm here to listen and to listen to your complaints that you may have, and I think Commissioner Hutchins will agree with me. We're here to try to be a conduit back to the Board of Commissioners, and if we need to develop additional strategy, I think that we're open to that. I'm very well aware that I'm an elected official. I was elected to serve citizens of Cleveland County, and that's what I want to do to the best of my ability. And I will do that to the best of my ability, knowing full well that when you're an elected official, you can't please everybody, but you can try your best to make everybody aware of the facts as they are. And I think that's what Commissioner Hutchins and I really want to try to convey. We want to try to make the facts aware and let you know, too, that all the facts are not complete. There is not a lease for the building. The commissioners have not been presented with a lease for the facility, and there's still room for give and take with the community and with the county citizens about how that courthouse be developed and carried forward. Am I right, Commissioner Hutchins?
You're right.
So we're here to listen to you and to try to take questions back and help better familiarize the county citizens with the facts as we know them, and if we need to make some changes and adjustments, do just that. I mean, I'm not here to argue with anybody, I'm here to try to help, so.
Well, who's running our county commission as, is it DCC or is it, as our suggestions?
Ma'am, I'm not.
That was that. And before you arrived, I did tell them that I feel like that our officials, are serving in good faith, that I feel like that each of the officials, goes to serve for the betterment of the community, and that you have our interests at heart.
Thank you.
Was the DCC ever chastised for publishing that they had permission, and I've seen on websites where they're saying what they're going to do. Who gave them permission, if anybody, to say that? Were they chastised in any way by anybody?
I don't know that they were chastised. I think a lot of their, Mr. Hutchins has been on the board longer than I have. I think a lot of the general things were discussed.
That's basically the county is like this group here, any other group. We don't dictate what they do. Like Noble said, we're in the process of having some type of contract lease drawn up. This is when we come into play. We talked about all the commissioners before this thing is signed. If it is signed, then the best interest of our county will be put at heart. We will know what's going to happen. Some of what you're saying, I haven't heard anything about. I haven't been involved with Destination Levy County. My main interest is the courthouse, the museum, and the people, and the expense of it, you know, and, just like you said, we can't chastise Destination Levy County what they want to advertise more than what we can for what y'all do.
But you would have to admit that it does look like a credibility problem when they do false advertising like this. And we feel that we're run over as citizens, that they do this. I have a show of hands of how many people, I want to see what side of the fence we're on. I hope we have assortment here. But can I have a show of hands of how many people are here that would not like this to be the Earl Scruggs Center, our courthouse?
If you ask the question, how many people like to sit in the museum?
Like the Cleveland County Historical Museum.
Okay, can I ask the question again? How many people in here would be willing for their tax dollars to go up $2 million?
It's already 1.5, that renovates the
I'm
inside.
telling you.
Let me ask this.
No, that's over and above what we've got to do in the courthouse. If you don't even use the courthouse, we've got to spend that money to keep the building up. If no one's been in it, I've been in it.
I mean, it shouldn't have been allowed to get in this
I
state.
agree.
And the county manager and the commissioner sat on the board when it got this. Hal, you have a question?
Say it saves a historic museum. Does that mean the $1.5 million will be available for that?
The $1.5 million we're talking about spending is gonna be spent on the courthouse.
That's what I'm asking.
It's not gonna be spent on any museum in it. That's what it's gonna cost us to bring that building up to code so someone can go in it.
So then our things can go back in it. And if we want to spend more money on doing interactive
No,
exhibits.
this is not setting it up for museum. This is just setting it up. The wiring's bad, the stairs is bad, you can't go on the second floor. This is not setting it up to be used. This is just setting it up to preserve it.
And now,
And nobody can
I'm
steal you.
misunderstanding the word setup. What would we have to do to set it up? I mean, what are you referring to? We wouldn't be doing all this interactive stuff if they're spending $2.7 million. We could do without a lot of this. People agree.
I think what he's saying is what he's saying is just to renovate it so it can just sit there.
Right.
That's all we're looking at is to move. That's all we're spending on it, is to get it where it just sits there.
Could the same hotel tax not,
Do what?
the same hotel tax not go to support the museum?
I don't.
Yes, it could, if it qualified as tourism.
I think that's the second tax that we spend in this area.
Well, if the hotel motel tax could be given to, by the city of Shelby for the Don Gibson Theater, yeah.
I can't, I know that.
Tourism. I'm thinking, that would be something to check into. But I think that the people that are in this room are just a small sampling of the people who turned out tonight. of how the people of Cleveland County really feel. There are 100,000 of us, and I say of this destination Cleveland County, and the people in the Cleveland County that maybe are pushing for this, that there may be 1,000, 5,000, that's a whole lot of difference. Because I know that when I look at each one of you, and I saw your hands raised now, don't you all know 10 people that feel like you?
Yes.
Do you know more?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you know people that have been incensed about this?
Yes.
I have told no lie, my husband will verify for me on this. When every night, do any of you ever talk to me at night, and my phone's run down, my battery, and I'm having to go get it? My phone rings from about 7 in the morning, and last night somebody was emailing me at 2 this morning. You can verify that because they sent me the email there. Somebody was emailing me at 12:30. And this has gone on for months and months. Because, and it's not the same people, it is people that are concerned that this is happening, and what can we do? And why is this happening? And why do we not have a voice when it is ours? I encourage you all to listen to the people. This building means a lot to these people. I know that in the paper, Skip Foster said, I don't get it. He probably doesn't because he's not from here.
That's right.
And maybe you have to be from here to get it.
I'm not from here, but I get it.
Yeah. And this is how I feel about that. It's not their baby. They can cut it apart because it's not their baby.
They're not from here.
Yeah.
I feel like this meeting, Brandon, I feel like this meeting is gonna escalate. My name is Libby Lavender, and I feel like this meeting is gonna escalate from this meeting here. There's gonna be more meetings like this all over the county, to bring it to the people and forums, because I know for months you have heard frustration. And they do need to know questions and answers. It's just like, if there's a contract being drawn up, what's in that contract? What is between Earl Scruggs and the county? The commissioners know what's in that contract,
It'll
or
be
what they're
fine.
asking for.
Wait just a minute. No, I'm willing to accept the blame for what I'm guilty of, but don't accuse us of something false.
Well,
We have not seen a contract.
No.
We don't know what's in
Okay.
there.
Okay, now
Okay,
the
the police,
contract
why is the lease not, what's wrong with the lease? Why is it not already been signed? What are y'all holding back on?
It has not been brought before the Board of Commissioners, ma'am.
Now, Libby,
Oh, I
we will
thought you had.
No, it has
we will
not.
know what they signed for us. We will know what you
Yeah.
all signed was signed for
Well,
us.
maybe the
We will have
newspapers-
access to what the commissioners signed with Destination Cleveland County. What we will not have access to is what Destination Cleveland County signs with Earl Scruggs.
But
Yeah.
look, what
Well,
I don't
Destination
get about
Cleveland County needs to
Right.
let us know what Earl Scruggs is asking for. This group here, and among other people, we need to know what they're asking for. The paper's not gonna print what this group of
But
people
our
like
main
this wants
thing
to
here
know.
is that we should have a say-so of whether we don't want, if Earl Scruggs and our other musicians, we can have an exhibit in there that encompasses all the people of Cleveland County.
Yeah.
And all the musicians of Cleveland County. I think that's what we want. We want in there that encompasses all of our governors and all of our sports leaders and everything. This is just a whole big smorgasbord hoopla of all of us and everything.
But
And
what
if they want to do an Earl Scruggs Center, let them do like they're doing for John Gibson, let them go find a building.
What I don't get, Brenda, is this. The county commissioners are saying that they have not given any final
haven't.
packet.
They
They
haven't.
say there's no contract. Well, where do they get the authority to go up in our museum, start taking our artifacts that have been
I'm
there,
looking into that.
and doing what they want, and hiring all these people to come from Washington D.C. down here to
Well,
Cleveland County?
I'm looking into that. $1.9 million.
Authority to do it. Please, they're not taking them.
No.
They're still there.
Yeah.
I know that.
But I wanted to be able to answer.
Please make them aware of that.
Yeah, they're not, and people that are volunteering are doing a wonderful job, and they are volunteers, and some of these people that are volunteering feel exactly the same way that you all do about questioning about it being an Earl Scruggs Center. And they are taking care of it. They're doing a wonderful job of doing this. And when I say I'm looking into that, I'm trying to follow that paper trail and see how this happened. in 1972,
Right.
when this museum was formed. I want to know if the artifacts were given to the museum, or if they were given to the county for the use in the museum. This is what I think it is. So I think that artifacts actually do belong to Cleveland County, and I think that David Deere, as our county manager, does have authority to let these be seized. Now, this is all what I think, I'm gonna check on this, but I think he does have the authority to let these be seized, go in there and catalog and do what they're doing. And they are doing a wonderful job. I think that everybody would agree. Would you not agree? Did you have something you want to say, Margaret?
I want to say,
Margaret J.
Eddie, I want to know why on November the 10th, you told me that it's not a done deal. And to have our people send emails to y'all. And then on the 20th, you got up and said, I've heard enough, let's vote. Did you not know 10 days before then what was going to happen?
A done deal is a contract that is presented to the county commissioners. The motion on the floor of the county commissioners on November the 20th was that a formal document be negotiated between the county manager, DCC, and the county attorney, and brought back to the Board of Commissioners for discussion. Am I right, Mr. Hutchins? Yep, that's what I meant by that.